Can we do with the dual camera में खत्म कर लेते हैं? We are rolling. You recorded what I said? So, Neha Barjatia, how are you? Welcome to Chrome Talkies.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here. Absolutely fantastic. It's been a great day, great conversations, energizing. So feeling very good.
It's so good to have you as part of IAA, Voice of Change. And we look forward to lots more support from Google and from you as we expand. What's your view on taking the Voice of Change to a bigger and a deeper audience, which would mean moving from tier 1 to tier 2 and tier 3? What are your views on that? And more so since you wear a marketing expert hat.
Yeah. No, it has to be done, Pankaj. I think it's something, it's just a matter of time. I think this is such an important conversation and it can't stay limited to a very few set of people. So this has to be more widespread. Now, what's the right format is something, which we will discuss, of course, is IAA, but taking it beyond the bigger cities and making this much more mainstream as a conversation is definitely something we should be looking at.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I think there is a great need in a developing nation, if I put it rightly, like ours. I think the impact is great. And as far as gender bias is concerned, it is something that should be hugely addressed, for want of a better term, and more to in a tier 1, tier 2. Google has a penetration everywhere. Everyone is on Google, right? We had a campaign on Star World. We were talking about the early days of 2000. Everyone watches Star World, right? So now everyone uses Google in some form or the other. That really empowers Google to send any message across to any individual, not only in India, any part of the world, right?
Yeah, Google is a platform. It's a platform where we make information accessible to others. So it's information of others that we actually collate, we make it in a form which is relevant and give it to others. So as Google, that's not our content, first of all. But having...
It's all UGC, right? User generated.
Yeah, that's all users. So, and it's the same with YouTube. I think what
But not for maps, if I'm right.
Maps, no.
Maps is something
Yeah. So what we've done, I think it's provided a platform for people to share their voices, to share their opinions and share their thoughts. And as we were discussing earlier today, it is about democratizing content, giving people a platform. And so it helps with diversity, it's made access universal. And it is about how does everyone have a voice? Everyone has the same access to opportunities, everyone has access to the same platform, and then it's up to them on what they do with it.
Since you've been in marketing for a while now, I used to be a marketer a long time. I'll share one of the most satisfying campaigns that I had when I was part of National Geographic. What's been your the best campaign that you've been part of towards the bias, or against the bias?
So it has to be Internet Saathi. So it was an initiative. It's not just a campaign on TV. It's an initiative, it's a grassroots initiative that we had started along with Tata Trusts in 2015. And at that point, only 10% of internet users in rural India were women. 90% internet users were women.
And what's the exact number now? I think
now it's 40. No, so it's become, yes. So it's definitely improved. The metrics have improved, but back then we said, what can we do to make the internet more equitable? Because as the country was advancing with digital, we said it can't be such a lopsided advancement and we need to make it equitable. So we launched this program called Internet Saathi, where we took digital literacy to women in rural India, but through women in rural India. So the whole concept was that we trained women in rural India to become internet trainers for their communities. And these women are called Internet Saathis.
Wow.
And we had, we actually had 80,000 Internet Saathis that covered 3 lakh villages and helped create digital literacy for women across rural India. And the reason I say it's one of my most favorite, it was transformational for me. I must have traveled across villages in the country and just seeing the power of technology and the transformation it created for these women.
Amazing.
It was phenomenal. And a lot of these women have now gone on to start their own businesses with the knowledge they have. They're being able to teach their children better. The world has opened up to them. It was in their confines of their village. They're like, now I can access anything. And that for me was transformational at so many levels. One is just, going to the grassroots. But the second is, I think we underestimate the power of technology. And people in cities, we also take it a little bit for granted.
Yes, we do.
But
Yes,
the
we-
change it can drive is immense, and I think that's the conversation today. How do we tap into this potential?
Yeah.
Because we have an opportunity at hand.
Yes.
And
the
we-
opportunity exploding.
Yeah,
Great.
and we need to tap into it to drive more equity with what we have.
Yeah. So this is that's Google, and I run a small company, Chrome Data. In my company, out of the 6 key people who are HODs, it's a coincidence. 3 of them happen to be ladies who run it in pivotal positions, driving revenue, and one's a business head and one head the digital initiatives. It's coincidental. I mean, when we talk about it, this crosses my mind. So we've got a very luckily we've got a fair split of the 6 HODs. Does Google make any conscious effort to promote diversity within the organization?
No, we are very committed to diversity, equity, and inclusion. It is something which is core to Google as a value system and belief. So, it's not just about hiring and representation, but it's also about making, fostering a culture where people feel included,
Yeah.
where they shouldn't feel out of place. We have a lot of work which we do in this area and very conscious efforts
Yeah.
to ensure that it's an inclusive work culture that we have.
Absolutely. That's so good to hear. The hot topic, AI. Everyone's talking AI, right? You lose your job to AI, which I don't believe is true. I think AI can only enhance and facilitate you further.
Absolutely.
And I think it depends on us as users, how we use or misuse AI. Marketing, Google, AI,
Yes.
3 keywords.
Yeah, no, look, AI is very exciting. I think for multiple reasons. I think for me as a marketer, and I should say I'm sort of a power user of AI because I've been using Gemini every day. I use Gemini every day of my life. I'm using Notebook LM. There are a lot of technologies which have come up. But I think what we see AI as a collaborator for individuals to enhance productivity, to enhance creativity. It's never going to replace people. It's that collaborator that you have at your side. It helps with efficiency. It helps save time. It frees up time to do so many other things, right? And that's the way which we're seeing AI. I definitely, there are times for the conversation today, I was bouncing off with Gemini saying, here's how the flow of the conversation I'm thinking about. What do you think? And it's directional, but that little bit of when you have time, no one around you, it can help.
Yeah.
So it brings in efficiencies. There are things. So on YouTube, for instance, we've been talking about this. It's called Aloud, but today a creator can dub their content in multiple languages and make their content accessible to anyone in the world. That is the power of AI. And talking about, we're here at I.
Already now, sorry to cut you, but there's a company called, I think, Neural Garage.
Yes,
and by-
that's right.
Neural
Yeah.
Garage. So they do a fantastic job. Mandar, you run this
Yeah.
stuff. So it's on not only the dubbing, it is so beautifully done
Lip sync.
that you can watch a Mission Impossible in Japanese
Yeah.
in one of the pictures. Correct scene, right? It's the beauty of AI.
Now imagine that for a YouTube creator who doesn't have the resources, but this is just made available to them and their content becomes accessible. I think the other thing with AI is also, we have a set of AI responsibility principles. So a lot of the AI which we've been creating, and we've been at it for years, it's not new. We've been doing AI, whether it's, auto suggest, sentence completion. This is all AI we've been doing for years. But we have been very conscious about making it inclusive.
Yes.
So, this is my favorite example. I use this so many times, but I go to people and ask them to fill blanks in a sentence. And the sentence is, the pilot got off the flight, dash went to the luggage pickup to pick up dash luggage. And it's fill in the blanks. More often than not, people will say he went to the luggage belt.
Assumption.
It's an assumption because it's ingrained. But
What does
with-
AI do?
so in an auto suggest, and
Come
that
to a he.
it'll suggest both, and that's the models which are being,
Oh.
so in the model, it's very powerful to remove some of these the real world biases which crop up.
On a lighter note, to be fair to men, so even if you have to replace the pilot by a criminal, it will still say he.
I mean,
Is that right?
but I'm saying these are biases, right? Whatever
Yeah.
the biases are, then it has to be neutral. And I think, with AI again, I think there is this opportunity to bring in this unbiased viewpoint to the forefront.
That is so true. Technology and the biggest, the something that has made a mark on my memory is when I was a kid, we were in Africa, in Sudan. Dad was a professor, and to book calls to India, because family was in India, we would plan it days in advance. We would travel for half an hour to the university post office box,
Yeah.
and they would book a call, and we would wait for hours. That is the whole event, to speak to someone for about a minute or two. And look at technology today. You pick up the phone, you don't pay anything, and you're on a video call.
Yeah.
So technology has its own beauty, but I think it's very important. The same videos and the same video calls and the same digital media to a great extent needs to be very responsibly used. And why I say that now, I give an example of my dad. Now I've got a daughter who's 16, and I'm just on pins and needles when she's constantly on the phone if she's having a video call, right? And I think Google maybe can do a lot towards ensuring that the kids are safe.
No, we have a lot of work which we do, Pankaj, in this area. We have to be responsible. I think technology can have a great role. We have to be responsible. At Google, we take this very seriously. We have a whole lot of work that we do for online safety, right from our products, where we have checks and balances built in so that, we prevent a lot of scams to reach people before they even happen, right? We also partner. I think it's such a big issue that it has to be done in collaboration with the ecosystem. It's not the responsibility of one particular individual, right? And so we do collaborate in terms of, we just did something called DigiKavach, which is a recent campaign on, how to stay safe online.
Yes.
We partner with a lot of organizations, NGOs on creating awareness about, how should one stay safe online.
Yeah.
So I think it's definitely something, which is top of our mind. And we're actively committed to work.
If you run any workshop on how kids and teenagers could stay safe online, give me a shout. I want to send my daughter for it. I want to see kids.
We have online platforms. Actually, we did this one.
And I want to run a program. If Google could help give us some documentation, reviews or something, I want to run it in their school.
It is all available online. We had gamified it for children, so children don't have, they're engaged in it, but it's absolutely wonderful. We've done campaigns, where children have spoken about how to stay safe online. So I will share all of that with you.
Amazing, brilliant. I think good to see great initiatives. And I think that's how Google is amongst they say the revenues of Google for all people who are studying in B schools today. Google, it's a fact. I think you can validate that. The top lines of Google is bigger than the GDPs of some countries. Is that right?
We have our earnings report out in public. So
that will take to make a successful big organization. And congratulations for being part of this fantastic global giant. And thank you for being part of IAA Voice of Change. Thank you for your support.
Thank you, Pankaj.
Thank you.
All right.